Greetings, my Rantians. Hope you all are doing well today, and welcome back to another episode of the Anno 1800 Expert Campaign Series. Now, you might be asking yourself, why are we looking at these battle cruisers? Well, you'll find out in a minute. Moron's back! He's right over there. He went past the pirates a little bit, and now we're just going to witness our glorious battle cruisers open fire. There are some things that I want to bring to everyone's attention going forward. The first thing is that I have done a little bit of work on the expert campaign since the last time that we met. Not a lot. Oh. Yeah, I just love to hear these things fire, sorry. He's really trying. 130 times. It really never gets old, man. It never gets old hearing these things fire. I love them so much. Yeah, that's all she wrote. Literally, that's all she wrote. Don't have to do a damn thing else. 130 times. I gotta mark that on the paper. Anyway, so I have done a little bit of work on the expert campaign. I also just want to mention that I do pay attention quite a bit to everyone's suggestions. So if I don't get to every single one in each episode, trust me, I have an entire list that I physically write down, and I go off of an actual checklist on stuff that I need to do, or suggestions that I really like that I definitely want to implement. So I want to head over to the National Park Island really quick. What the hell happened here? Oh, yeah, the ship under attack. No kidding! We just witnessed it. Absolutely. So let's head over to the National Park Island really quick. And I want to show you, this was a suggestion by Rantian Mahai, of whom mentioned that Siege Works would actually make sense. And hopefully I did this correctly, at least for now. So this is what his suggestion that I understood in the Discord meant. Have a whole bunch of cannons, have a whole bunch of tents, and align them along the walls. And I kind of like this idea. Now, we're going to kind of face it in this direction. We need to find a reason why this is actually a thing. So, we have the fleet over here. These ships definitely took part in the capitulation of Twitch Snap back then. We know that Lady Margaret Hunt did not have her island this way, but for all intents and purposes and roleplay, we're going to say that there was a massive settlement around here, and the fort of Twitch Snap was the last bastion of her influence here in her own capital. What happened was that we completely took over her harbor area and landed our forces. When our forces disembarked, we managed to have a brutal fight through the entirety of the city itself. Our legions naturally prevailed, and her forces retreated to Fort Twitch Snap in the very center of the island. That allowed the fleet to continue going along the different harbor areas, which it actually did, and capitulate and destroy every single one of the harbor defenses. I put some more of the cannons in here to symbolize that. They took over this side, and then they took over this side, pretty much making it so the last actual seat of power, if you will, for Lady Margaret Hunt was stuck within Fort Twitch Snap. Now, if this is indeed the idea you were going for, what I am thinking about, because I actually do really like this idea, it pulls on that whole Napoleon Total War era of mine, which I've used to play that game a hell of a lot, and I've seriously been considering it for the channel, especially Napoleon Total War 3, I'm sorry, Napoleonic Total War 3, in which they changed the gun sounds and the pacing of the battles and all that stuff. I definitely really want to try to get involved with that. I also know, because I'm part of their Discord, they do also have matches in between different groups, different I don't think they're clans. They might be clans, but they're based upon like actual regiments of the time period, and they are actually hosted by their own YouTuber, which is really cool. And I definitely want to see if I can get be a part of that at some point, because I really like the game, and I used to play it with my best friend a lot. So, and I know I mentioned it on the channel before, but what I'm thinking about is that after the city actually fell, the legions were able to completely surround Fort Twitch Snaps. So more than likely, if this idea is exactly the way that we're going about this, then over on this end, and over here, we're going to see a whole bunch more cannons, and we're going to see a whole bunch more tents, essentially symbolizing that this fort was under siege. And when it finally came under siege, we completely reduced it to rubble, which kind of happened over here. But we're not facing the cannons in that direction. This is just another like little cultural site that, you know, we have a bunch of trails and all that good stuff walking through here. It's kind of mostly to hide the oil springs, but that's besides the point. So when Twitch Snap's fort actually fell and the central command for Lady Margaret Hunt was completely thrown into disarray, that made it possible for the Rantian Navy to completely dominate across all four theaters of war and essentially bring forward her capitulation and later house arrest. And now she's confined to her hacienda in, oh man, in Hunt's Hell, and it just has to remind me that I'm playing this game and yeah, I know there's a damn explosion. You don't have to come up with it twice. Thank you. Moving on. Following all of that bit of information, because we understand the historical significance behind specific locations, like Fort Twitch Snap, we decided to refurbish it to a point. And now we have turned it into a form of a cultural site and big national park type vibe. So are we bringing in a little bit of the, for example, the Waterloo aspect into this, or Gettysburg, something like that? You go to a historical battle site, and that is what Twitch Snap is turning into little by little. That is the idea, at least roleplay wise. There's definitely a lot more work that needs to be done on here. As you can see, I clearly have not done it. Literally, I'm telling you this right now. I passed out at my desk last night working on the Anno 1800 stuff. I kid you not, because there was a whole bunch of other things in the back end that I still need to fix, and almost done. I have that paper completely checkmarked. There's just stuff on the back that still needs some work. But I need to head back over here, because the morons at Navarans might let another freaking factory get this game legitimately chooses violence against me every damn day. Alright, so regarding the expert campaign itself, where are we going with it? What is the plan? All that stuff, because I know I've been asked that question many times, and I definitely feel it's important to mention it. So, if you guys aren't checking with the other series, let me just bring everyone up to speed. We have ended the guide series for the most part. The only other way for there to be an actual guide video is if everybody really wants something that that is needing to be touched on. We will touch on it, but it's definitely not going to have an allocated time slot anymore. Pretty much, I explained the game from the very beginning, starting a village all the way to a metropolis, bringing forward every single, you know, major need, the luxury needs of your people, when to build what and how to do it. So I figured that it's probably a good place to end with the construction of the World's Fair and getting your Great Eastern. So that series is done. Tomorrow, at the time that you're seeing this, is the final episode of Pride and Peddlers Round 2, in which I'm 99.93264% sure that we're going to be getting the gold in that one. So if you guys want to just show that last episode a little bit of TLC, I would very much appreciate it. And yeah, because I did do a lot of work. A lot of it was just sitting around and just watching the amount of goods being sold going up. That's really it. Unfortunately, it is a very cool scenario. So if you guys want to give it a shot, I definitely recommend it. You definitely need to have the patience of the gods, though, with certain things. But I know for a fact that I'm probably going to get the gold in that one, along with a lot of the missions being done and the badges. So we're going to get a lot of Grand Gallery tickets. Not like they're really that important, but I like them. And plus the scenarios. Not too many people do the scenarios, so what is happening here? Okay, we have to just let them upgrade. So we're working a little bit on Rantium today, and there is a little bit of a surprise for you all. I did mention that before, I wasn't really planning on working on Bright Sands. But now that I think about all of this, and now that those two series are over, and because everyone really does like this expert campaign quite a bit, I'm torn between two options, and I'll tell you which one I opted for. The first option was finishing out this section and this section, then hopefully having enough to get Castrum Imperialis to extend its reach all the way over here to this power station and the town hall over there, and call it done. which that is probably going to happen once these guys all get to skyscrapers and we continue to build or expand the population and whatnot. But I am actually seeing that the last day for the expert campaign, the actual date of the finale, is going to be February 7th. And more than likely, it would be episode 195 of the expert campaign. That is going to be the true finale of this incredible series. And it is going to make me so damn emotional because this is a series that really put my channel on the map in a way. So naturally, it would be very difficult to just not, get online and be like, hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of the Anno 1800 Expert Campaign series. But I have to look forward because the next one is the modded campaign. When will the modded campaign start? More than likely again in February. The only thing that I'm going to mention is I need to test all the mods to make sure that they're all going to be stable and all that good stuff. So you guys know when you mod, you have to test them. If not, then I don't really want to be telling you guys, oh, I have, issues with this mod. I have to fix this one. I don't want to do that. That's just wasting your time, and your time is valuable, my friends. So I'm going to be working on that. If I had to give a guess as to when that would actually come out, I'm thinking somewhere in between mid to late February. Perspective date, February 20th. Don't quote me on that one. That's just a rough estimate. But in the meantime, what we're going to do is after I actually get here, I will talk about the little surprise and all that good stuff. Because I definitely like to make sure that you all are continuing to enjoy this series. You're continuing to enjoy the commentary and all that good stuff. And I just really appreciate everybody's, constant reassurance and constant praise. All those things are really, like, I'm not over here being like, oh my god, you have to praise me just because I'm so good. No, I'm not. There's a lot of Anno players that are a lot better than me. What I do appreciate is everyone's kindness and patience, because I'm a new creator. Never done this before. Never even thought I would be doing this at all. I thought I would be stuck in a law firm job for the rest of my life and, complaining randomly. Coming home, it'd be like that Saturday Night Live skit. It was with Will Ferrell a long time ago, where the dude is he constantly says and has an argument in between his wife and his daughter, like, "I am a division manager. I drive a Dodge Stratus." That's how I actually envisioned my life was going to be. But I don't think that's going to be the case anymore, because you guys are actually allowing me the opportunity to be myself, and that is what I'm quite penetrated by your kindness the most about. And I definitely want to make sure that as a content creator, I'm going to be the best that I can for you at all times. That's why I'm trying to make sure that everything I do with the channel, I'm doing the right thing. I'm researching, I'm looking around, I'm taking ideas, trying to figure out how I can make it work for me. And now to the surprise. It is nighttime. We still do have a bunch of resources in here. I'm going to let these guys actually populate their buildings. We're going to head over to the old world. Y'all remember how I said I wasn't going to be building on Bright Sands? And I don't even actually remember if I talked about this earlier in the video or whatever, because I haven't had coffee, so forgive me. But your boy changed his mind. We're going to be working on Bright Sands. Yeah, we're going to do it. I made the decision. We're going to be working on Bright Sands. And I'm very, very happy that we're going to be doing this, because while this settlement, I did name it Roma for a time, I, at the same time, acknowledged that this island, it has some sort of significance when it comes to a campaign. Because we started this whole series as a campaign. And now we're going in a full circle. We started by dealing with the idiotic uncle who forced us to produce work clothes and constantly made fun of us. Then he was burnt to a crisp in his own harbor. Semantics, right? There's a lot of stuff that we can do here. And naturally, utilizing this incredible monument in the back here, right? Oh, no, don't talk to me. Don't talk to me. Nope. Shush. The cool thing here is that the church cemetery itself is 400 attractiveness. I was actually hoping to keep this going, at least for y'all, when I give the, I don't know where the southern bit came out, but for you guys, there you go. For you guys, and hopefully I'm able to share the save file yeah, at that time, but I was actually planning on leaving this island for you all in order to build on it. But I definitely, there have been a lot of comments that mentioned, are you going to be making Bright Sands? Are you going to be focusing on Bright Sands at all? Initially, I was like, no, I'm not going to, but now I feel like I want to. So we're going to be building Bright Sands at the same time that we're going to be working and finishing up Rantium. So both of these settlements are going to be built up at the same time. And then more than likely, episode 195 itself is going to be the finalization of beautification work, finishing up Castrum Imperialis. We're going to need a whole bunch more citizens, so we might as well get started. The very first thing that we're going to have to do here is we need to connect the main harbor area for... Let's see if I can actually make this look nice. The main harbor area of Bright Sands to this incredible building. And I really like this already, having a road that just goes alongside it. In the actual campaign, there's like a whole bunch of shipyards and stuff over here. And I did once actually rebuild every single one of them. And I will tell you straight up, it is functionally not good. It looks nice on paper, but it's functionally not good. And then we have the World's Fair Foundation in the very middle. Screw it, I'm just going to go ahead and build it right now. Let's get the roads all around it, and I'm not going to be following the strict, like, this is how Bright Sands was made in, before. I'm going to make it a little bit different. As for citizen tier, I genuinely have no idea what I'm going to keep him at, but I know one thing is for sure. We're going to need a public mooring, and I think the public mooring should be... Is this like a double? Yeah, I'll put the public mooring right over here and link that up with a double road. And then we're also going to need a commuter pier. Where is it? We'll put the commuter pier... I don't want to put them like too close to one another. I like this spot. Yeah. So we'll have the... This is going to be the major commuter station. Not only for workforce, but also for a whole bunch of people to come and visit Bright Sands once it's actually built up. So I'm going to go ahead and unfortunately upgrade it to terrace mooring. Yeah, it is what it is. Do I actually have enough to start working on this? I don't have the cement. I think Ditchwater might, though. Let me see. If I have enough on Ditchwater, then I'll start that. More than likely we do. Where's the cement at? I think I might have passed it. Always do this, man. Yeah, it's right there. 2,200. Definitely worthwhile. Get over here. We're going to get that. As for building skins, I genuinely have no idea. But it has been a hot minute since I've actually worked on Bright Sands before. I'm not before. Last time I did, I actually, and some dude actually made a really funny comment back then. My girlfriend really likes city builders and just anything creative-wise. So I need to actually delete every single one of these people. I don't want them over here. You're gonna be repositioned. You're rezoning. There you go. That's the word I was looking for. She really likes city builders, and a couple years ago, I spent a decent amount of time. Obviously, I got her an actual gift, right? So I'm starting out like this, but I fully built up Bright Sands for her. If you guys want to check out that beauty build, that's when I was a real novice on YouTube. It's part of the excuse me, it's part of the beauty build series. There's a playlist. Those are the words. There's a playlist in there if you want to check it out, and it is called The Island of Heliotrope, and it is a really cool one. Every single tile on Bright Sands was actually completely covered. This entire island was completely covered with stuff, so I definitely want to check it out, because I know since that time there have been a lot of new people here, and you guys should definitely take a look-see at how far I personally have come too. I go and I watch some of those older videos, I'm kind of like, damn, I sucked back then, but yet people still give me a chance. I don't know why I like to put these trees in the middle, but I'm going to do that anyway. So we'll keep this harbor area free for the time being. I think what I need to do is start off by getting some of the basics in here. And I know I have elevators, as usual. And what I want to start off by doing is, until I get some ships going, I want to bring in the basics. So we're going to need to bring in some fish. We're going to need to bring in some work clothes. Those are going to help out with our population just at the beginning. We'll need some soap. And I know I'm producing these. Again, I need the ships. And what else is? So sausages, that's also pretty good. We will need to have bread. And then we'll need the canned food. That's not going to be a lot, but I think we'll be fine because the canneries over on Isengard are completely full up. Fur coats, I won't worry about that one right now. I'll just bring him in from Amaryllis or Ditchwater because we have two sources of that. And I think, well, coffee. Coffee is going to be for later. Do I want to start stockpiling on the coffee? I don't think I want to right now. Yeah, I think that's fine-ish. Until we get to artisans, it'll take a hot minute. So I think we'll be sufficient with regards to that. So we'll wait for Captain Tobias to come in, and when we're starting to build the settlement itself, what I will do is actually begin in the front here. We do have a decent amount of resources that we can pull from, which is nice. And, you know, Bright Sands has always been that one place that I feel like it used to be the Crown Falls of way back, because this is the island that you were essentially working towards. So I want to make sure we do it justice in this time that we have left. And what we'll do is we're going to start pre-planning by putting some of these buildings... Oh, let's see. Hold on. What can I do here? See how my brain works? I just want to go to beautification. And I'm sorry I've been rambling so much and I haven't been building. I like talking to you all. It really... Not only it helps me, just, you know, being able to do so, I feel like you guys also appreciate the commentary. But not too much, obviously. I have to maintain the balance. That's very important. All part of the learning process, right? This may not even be enough. Let's see. I think it was only 300, wasn't it? Yeah, okay. So we'll start this, and the World's Fair is going to be working. We need to build a lovely warehouse kind of close to it, otherwise they're going to start complaining. I will just put it here for the time being. More than likely, I'll change its position later. And we'll start off by getting this section done. Am I going to be using the, like, what the hell is this? Get out of here. Not your lackey anymore. Let's get some of the homes built up, and then we'll put some roads around it just to start off. And we'll have to make sure we do this well, because I need to bring some oil here, and that's going to be hell and high water if I screw it up. Let's get a marketplace going, and we'll loop that around. I want to see if maybe we can build some homes over on this side. Oh, we can. Nice. Every time I work on Bright Sands, something changes. Every time. And it's more so just building style. I kind of want to do this. I feel like that will look very nice when we actually get some roads built up to it. And we'll connect it through here. And we'll connect it from here. Cool. Just already, I'm already pumped for this. Let's get that going. We will put... I will open up this area, so we'll have a stretch of homes going to, like, right here. You know what? Let's do this. We'll bring it from here. Oh, these guys actually... Well, if that's the case... Yeah, do double road here. Do a double road. And then in the middle, I can tell you exactly which ornament we're going to pick. The Imperium globe, please. Thank you. Get another row of homes going here. I don't know if they actually have what they need as far as their basic needs. No. No, they don't. So it's a good thing that we were putting that stuff into the docklands and bringing it in from now. I do have 4 ships, I believe. Where are they? They're right over here. Awesome. Let's send them over to Bright Sands, because they're going to be the ones bringing in the stuff. And then I'm going to need a world-class reefer, because... Oh, hold on. What's happening with Ditchwater? Because I heard a flu. I heard a flu. I hear the music. What is happening here? Who's sick? They might have been sick for a hot minute, but they're no longer sick. Okay. Good to know. Alright, so they're unhappy, and we have to give them the pub. That's not the pub. That is a fire station. Well, that's also equally important, I guess. We'll put the pub right in the middle here. That'll actually connect it to everybody in this quarter. And we'll put a fire station right over here. We're more than likely going to have to stuff one somewhere around here as well. So I think we putting a fire station right here would go a long way. And because this is going to be more than likely a tourist trap, I guess, at this point, we need to have some touristy-like stuff. And where is that building? I constantly forget. It's in here. There we go. Anno Tours. Love to see it. Column for Patrick and banner for me. Thank you. Thank you very much. Have a great day. Oh, wait a minute. I'm so silly of me. How could I forget? How could I forget? I'm ashamed of my own self. But I think I also want to put the 1 million pioneers one right in the front here. That's a really pretty entrance to the city itself, I dare say. So let's get a couple more housing blocks going. And what I think I want to do as well is already get to work on where the power stations are going to be. Because I know I'm going to have one for this. And this whole area in the back, we can pretty much set it to get a lot of oil. Let's go ahead and begin that. Let's put this one, like, right over here. And we'll need to build up the oil stores. I'll keep it at that for now, but more than likely, we'll have this entire end completely full up. So, back when I was making the island before of Heliotrope, I had the... whatchamacallit? The docklands actually back here. And it was so congested because at the same time, this oil depot was all the way in this corner, and it was a damn miracle that this entire island had a stable stream of oil going to every single one of its power plants. I kid you not, it was a whole ordeal to get that stuff right. But, you know, how the old saying goes, when there's a will, there's a way. And you all know me by now, I'm a very stubborn person, and I made it happen. That is cool. I don't know how we did that, but that is cool. We'll also need to have a local department, so we might as well go ahead and build that as well. I tend to favor putting this thing kind of close to the World's Fair, and this is the exact same position I put in the Heliotrope video, and I'm going to put it here again. We'll have to put down some town halls, and we'll also have to put down some of the... what are the other ones called? Some of the mail crap. Hold on. It's in here, isn't it? Oh, it's here. We don't have aluminum profiles here. Oh yeah, that's right, because these ships don't have any aluminum profiles where they're bringing it from. Yeah, I need to check in with Ditchwater. I need to see what's happening. So we're running out of grapes. That's a big shocker. What are y'all missing? Oh, wool. Ew. Ew. And you're just now leaving. That's great. Why are we bringing in brass? What's the reason for the brass? Nothing. And apparently because it's nothing, we're going to get rid of it. That's the wrong one. So if we get this all situated, then we will be able to remake all the fur coats right over here. What is the issue? Oh, you all ran out of fertilizer. Okay. Well, that makes a lot of sense. But the fact that it's, like, still working is a damn miracle. I haven't been back to Ditchwater, like, to actually look at it for a long time. I need your aluminum profiles, though, and I know you have it. Where the 210, so I'll just leave you with 10. Alright, so let's head back over here to our new Bright Sands. And we have to go ahead and start putting at least the first of the power plant positions down. You know what? Let's actually continue to build a little bit more, and then we'll put the first one down. I think that's probably going to be the right call. So, like, maybe we can actually put one right here, like what I was planning on doing. Yeah, I think that's going to work. Are you able to get a... Yeah, so we can actually put a road in the back there, too. Let's go ahead and blueprint this. And then we are going to... I'm going to min-max the hell out of this place. You give me time, champ. I'll actually do it for you. I'm not going to say what I was planning on saying, because it's going to be on the vulgar side of things, and I'm turning a new leaf. I'm being kind-hearted soul. That's how I am. Psych! Yeah, right. Let's put a church conveniently placed next to a mountain mine that we're probably going to have a lot of dynamite later. And I don't know what we can put in there. Is that going to fit? Well, we're going to have these at some point. But I'll probably swap out the Variety Theater, or the pub for the Variety Theater at one point. Actually, seeing as how that's going to be the case, let's move over the police station a little bit further to the right here. And that'll be pretty good. So what we'll do over here is we're going to make a... Should we make a double? Yeah, let's make a double. We'll have this going here. And just for me to know later on, because we're going to need a bunch of parallel tracks here, we'll actually put parallel tracks down and we'll link them up right here so it'll go into that power station. You know what? For the hell of it, I'm going to build it up, but I'm going to turn it off so it's not going to matter. And we'll put the train tracks going into there from now. This might be a little bit spicy. I don't know if this is going to work with 2 tracks. Yeah, see, this does not want to work. We'll just link it up there, and then we'll bring it out this way, and then make double tracks out in this direction. Okay, so that works. I'll be fine with that. I don't know why you can't. I guess, like, if I go one more further to the left over here, then I can do it. But it just doesn't like 2 doubles alongside one another. That's just weird. So we'll go ahead and continue this. Let's actually get the train tracks first. Let's get them all the way to, like, right here, because that's as far as that one would go. And this one to right over here. And this would allow me to know how much I can actually free build and go from there. Because it's going to actually take up space here, and I want to put homes, I'm going to instead actually put the homes down. And that would actually... I think that looks kind of nice, having the train be right there. And what we can do is, for beautification purposes, we can actually put train stations and whatnot in these particular locations, kind of similar to what we did on UNRM. That would be kind of cool. That would be kind of cool. Back over to here. Let's continue it down. It would be noisy, granted, but at the same time, whatever. You're on Bright Sands again. Be happy. Let's get this over to here and completely cover it up, because we're going to have to extract from this mine anyway. It's a limestone deposit. We don't need a lot from it, but I definitely, because it's a resource, I definitely want to. And how are people looking? So they're getting everything they need. Their lifestyle needs, I'm not worrying about that, even though I did bring in the soap. You know what? I guess I can. I do have the... Oh, okay. Hey, how's it going, guys? Pretty good. Awesome. Thank you. Can you move over to the corner? Don't like how you're all just clumped up in that little spot there. That's covering a decent area, and let's actually see about building on this side. So we'll have this one and this one, at least. And, you know, the electricity is going to go a decent way. So, like, every single one of these homes right now are going to have electricity to them. That's fantastic. And as far as local department policy, oh boy. Well, it might actually come down to the power plants. It might. But I don't think it's not necessary. Let's hold off on this one. Actually, Department of Culture... Department of Administration. Hold on, what can I use for this one? Well, we can do the Open Mines Act. You want to see how much... Well, I mean, it really wouldn't matter putting a whole bunch of attractiveness here anyway. Yeah, it's either going to be between the power plants or maybe the goods consumption reductions. I haven't really decided yet. We'll have to figure that out as time progresses. It goes based off of the actual island's needs. So, did we put the aluminum profiles in here? No, we didn't. Because we have to start with the whole mail system. Actually, If this is not in the right spot, then I can potentially consider removing it in favor of a really, oh my god. That is going to be absolutely insane. Yeah, okay. Well, I think we'll get rid of these homes in favor of... Really? Okay. Alright, no, it's fine. Just do your thing. I'm just over here trying to do my best not to pop off. So yeah, that open area in the back should be pretty good. And they're getting their mail, but because they're on the lower end as far as population is concerned, it'll take a while. Now, the train tracks, I'll stop them there. I'm not going to work on them too much. And I do want to get back to Rantium just a little bit. Let's go ahead and make a... Oh, that works out so well, dude. That works so well. It lines up with this road. Okay, I'm having fun now. In the middle here. Okay, so that's where we're going to have another marketplace, absolutely. Let's put a marketplace right over here. And more than likely, they're far away from the pub, if I had to guess. No. They actually put the pub in a decent spot. This one, not so much. Yeah. I will just go ahead and put the pub, like, right here. On the opposite side. And that'll make them happier. Back when the settlement was named Roma, there were a lot of festivals happening over here, and it was an absolute enigma to me because they had nothing that was supposed to make them happy. In fact, they were quite unhappy. So I'm not entirely certain how that worked, but it did, and I ain't gonna complain about it because they didn't riot. I will, on the other hand, put a police station right over here, and then more than likely, we're gonna have to have a fire station right over here. What can we put over in this corner? Well, we'll probably do some, like, beautification work or something like that. We can kind of, like, for example... Let's see. Well, you guys need to be educated on morning bread. Have a drink shack. Can have a... Actually, here. Let's do this. We'll have a little farmer's market over out here. I love my farmer's market, man. You know what? Put some seating. And then maybe a... Oh, wait a minute. I could have also added the lampposts. I'll think about that. That on this settlement is going to be a little bit different. Be a little bit different. But I want to definitely make sure that we have a park. I definitely want to make sure that there is going to be a barracks of some sorts over here. A whole bunch of stuff. Like there are a lot of things that I'm planning with Bright Sands. I was actually looking at the island for a decent amount of time yesterday, and I'm like, what can I really do here that's gonna set it apart from the other times that I've built on it? And I think I have a pretty good idea as to what I want. And we're gonna have these tracks go all the way to here. I'll do the same with this one. I guess we could have brought it a little bit further. Where's the max? This is just dangerous. This is just dangerous. No. I'm never putting my tracks on a beach end. No, thank you. My father was an engineer for many, many years. He would kill me if he figured out that that's what I was planning on doing. Absolutely not. But would I bring it over to here? Absolutely. So let's... Actually, I don't like the way that looks. Hold on. I'm gonna just bring it over to here, and then this side will link up. And then this one, we will just bring over to here, and then link it up as well. And in order to get rid of the whole parallel track crap, I'm going to go ahead and just connect a couple pieces from time to time. More than likely, this will probably have to be changed. And I'll put this one... No, we have that one over there. I think that'll be just fine. So what's an island that we have a bunch of oil on? More than likely, it's going to be... Oh, wait a minute. Horseshoe Bay has how much? Horseshoe Bay should definitely have a decent amount of oil now. Okay, well, I know where I'm getting the oil. At least to start up. From the... Where are my ships? Oh, they're over here. My brain just shut off. I think I'll start with one oil tanker for now. I don't think I'm going to need more at the moment. Later on, absolutely I will. But now that we're here, we might as well get back to the Capitol building itself. And can these guys go any further higher? You can. Nice. You're good, you're good, you're good. I'm not gonna get those ones up. Let's actually focus on this upper ridge here first, I guess. Apologies about that, guys. Apparently OBS just wanted to shut off randomly. Just my luck, right? Yeah, totally. Alright, so we were continuing on over here, getting a couple more of the skyscrapers up, and while we're doing this, I also want to mention that Legate Cornelius has gone ahead and named the new castellum of the island of Aurum being Onesiphorus. I believe that's how you actually pronounce it. So, we're going to head over there at some point within the next couple of days because we're getting this little get-together going. And he's graciously hosted all of us to go over there and have some good drinks and whatnot. We're having some of Ditchwater's finest champagne. Okay. It's a meme, obviously. I know you're probably not going to go ahead and, oh, great. Look who pops up. He's not invited. Just saying. Okay, he kind of could be. Kind of, because he's actually providing us with two good... What the hell does it say? Rantians is a good Samaritan? Yeah, okay, guy. You're such a kiss-ass. Get out of here. Good Samaritan. Let me show you how much of a good Samaritan I am. See you later. Oh my god. I mean, I guess I can be from time to time. I don't have to always be the way that I am. I don't know. That caught me off guard. That's when you know the man is like on his last legs. And he's like, okay, I gotta do something to make sure he doesn't throw me into Solaria. He bought himself out of that one. Can I be praised in that particular way and have my mind changed? Maybe. He just did it. So, Castellum Onesiphorus, I think that's the way that you say it, is definitely going to host a lot of us. I know Legate Cornelius has definitely invited a decent chunk of us to come over here. And you know what? The more, the better. So, truth be told, when we're working on the final episode, maybe, that's when we can head over here, get some cool drinks and whatnot. I did go ahead and add in a couple of the beer tents. And then another suggestion that Mahaya actually put forward, which I think is actually kind of cool, is if you head on over to... Where the heck is it? It's over here. No? Where the... Oh, no, it's over here. Yeah, so the telephone boxes kind of act like guard quarters. So we can put one like right over here. And then we can also... I want to work on this side a little bit more. But I'll focus on that for another episode. Because now we'll have the time to do so. And we can even put them in the front over here. So put like one over here and then one over here. And then replicate it on the other side as well. That looks pretty cool. And if you guys are curious on how well the Aurum has been doing, I mean, just look at all that. And we've been sending it everywhere. Okay? All the jewelry. Every single person who has asked for jewelry is receiving it. Same goes with pocket watches. That's how strong the Imperial Mint is. I think our future campaigns are definitely going to be funded perfectly without a problem. And I've always liked this. That you see the random tourist type paddle steamer out here. I have put the mod in for the Titanic lookalike into the modded campaign list. So I will be very keen on seeing what that thing looks like when it's just docked or moored like this. Oh, it's moving. I still like the extravaganza steamers more than these. So, all right, back over to Bright Sands. I was about to say Ditchwater, over here at Bright Sands. Let's go ahead and connect this side as well. And I do believe these guys are actually ready to upgrade over to workers. That would be really, really cool. Let's just go ahead and do that. There is a quest as well pertaining to this. So I think if we go over here to the quest book, it's this one, A Dream of Our Own. So attract 500 engineers to Bright Sands. That's like so damn easy for us at this point. We have everything else, so Do I want it all the way there? No, I will stop them there, and I will also stop these guys right over here. So we have these two blocks going. And then I'm not sure about this side. What I can do is like some beautification work maybe. I do have to put a warehouse around here though, because I want to extract from both of these mines. Let's put it right here. I actually like the way that's facing. Let's get a road section across from here. We can't pull one from this side over. That sucks. Unless I change out where the second track is going. You know what? Let me actually try something here. I'm gonna get rid of this track. And I'm gonna instead... Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Let's just do this from now. Okay, let's just try this out from now. Head over to the industrial zone. I want to put in the large rail halls. Yeah, so I'll put a couple right over here. That's going to look pretty cool. So we'll have a train that's going on the outside, and we'll have a train hopefully running through this thing as well. Nice. Okay. And with that being a route, I want to believe we can go ahead and connect that and then link that and then bring that over to here. Awesome. We made that happen. And the cool thing about this is I don't even necessarily have to hug the track at all. I can really just bring this over to here and link you up right there. So what is this one? Iron deposit. Let's get that working. And a limestone deposit. Great. So now we have these two going. And we've set up the basis for like one of the train stops across the territory of Bright Sands. I'm going to go ahead and get rid of this little piece though. You know what? We'll focus on that when we get to it. I think this is looking pretty solid. So they only want the school. I always forget the damn school. Every time. That is the one building I always forget. Sorry, guys. You're gonna have to rezone you. Because we gotta put a school in here. I don't think this is really the safest location to be having a school in, but we gotta have one anyway. Then later on, we'll probably have to get rid of, like, maybe these guys in favor of university. Yeah, I think I'll just do that from now. At least they didn't have all their people in there. So we'll put the university building right over here. At least that's going to be one of them. And as we continue to expand, we're more than likely going to have to get rid of more of the older type buildings in order to build like the department stores and all that good stuff. So definitely bear that in mind. This is a pretty decent chunk of territory that this post office is taking. And so far, it's looking really nice. I do want to get over to this side a little bit if we can. Let's start by stretching out this road. It goes all the way to here. That's a nice little way of, you know, already pre-planning what we want to do. And, excuse me. I was about to go down the wrong pipe. You ever get that feeling? Like, you have like a little bit of water right before your episode starts. I totally did. This had just happened to me. And the life decides to hit and damn near tries to choke you. That is 100% what was about to happen. You guys were about to hear me cough and cough and cough. But I prevented it because I'm just... Oh, I don't really consider that to be skill related. It's more like just self-preservation, I would suspect. Let's go ahead and put a marketplace over here, and I'm going to put a pub right behind it, like so. And what in the hell is this? Fire, you know what? I'm gonna do this all solid. I'm putting the school down from now. And then I don't want it to be too congested in the front here. I want to actually have some really nice ornaments and stuff over here. Maybe we can bring forward a couple more depots, and that would help out a decent amount, I think. Well, let's just, for good measure, we also need to extend these train tracks. Bring them over to here for now. Did we get that oil tanker out? The Winged Monkey 3. Dude, I've completely given up on naming these ships in this playthrough. Completely. You see how many we have? I wrote a book. Okay, I came up with a lot of names. I didn't come up with this many names. So, and no, I'm definitely not going to go and find every single weird naming ship and change its name. I will tell you, if you have ship name suggestions when the modded campaign starts, you better DM me some of those names, and I better write them down, because otherwise, we're gonna have the Wing Monkey 27 in that playthrough. So from the new world, I'm gonna start with Horseshoe Bay because we have a bunch of oil over here, and we're gonna send it over to Bright Sands, and we'll set it for New World transports. Make that going from now. Because we don't have any oil in here. I want to suspect that if I actually work on a couple of these islands over here that have oil, that I'll probably be able to extract a fair amount from it. So maybe in the future I will. How far is this going? Okay, I think it would be beneficial to put a power station over here at some point. Let's get this road, bring it over to like... Let's connect it up there and there, okay? This is going to probably bother me. I will have to revisit this. Okay, so the foundations are built. Let's go ahead and finish that out. And we'll start off with phase 3. Later on, we definitely need electricity for the last parts of that thing. And more than likely, I have to actually bring some additional resources in order for that thing to build. Let's go ahead and get 2 more blocks going. Do I want to keep to the same? Well, I do need more post office boxes. So this one is going to be on this side. And I believe it's in a good spot, relatively speaking. Maybe it would be better over here because we're getting more land. Yeah, we'll put this one right over here. And we will probably just go ahead and copy this and put it down like right over here, and then we'll put the next power station right here. Yeah, that'll be pretty good. And turn that off. So we'll connect that up. I'm gonna fix up this section by bringing this forward and bringing it there, and then putting the road in front. So that's going to be pretty good. And I want to try to do something in which these tracks are going to circle around the major part of Bright Sands. And what I'm thinking about is like closer to the cemetery itself, we try to do something as far as like artisans and have like an older town vibe maybe back there. That would be kind of cool. But it'll take us a hot minute to actually get there. So what we're trying to do is really lay the foundations. And let's see if we can actually... It works. It works perfectly. I'm stick with it. I like it. Same goes for here. I'm not worried that there's a little space in between. So we'll fix up these 2 spots. More than likely, we're going to need a market in the back there. Yeah, it's looking like it. Where can we put that? Maybe for the time being, of course, we can put it right here, followed by the pub again. We kind of have to keep these 2 together. And then later on, we can get rid of them, which is going to be better and more beneficial for us in the long run. Get a couple of homes built over here. I'm doing them individually, so it makes it a little bit easier. Can we go ahead and actually fit the university over here? We cannot. Okay, maybe we'll have to put it like somewhere in the corner, like maybe here. That is good to know. Maybe we go ahead actually and put down the variety theater from now. That will help us out instead of actually deleting things. Maybe put it in the middle here. I think this is going to be better because then we won't have to delete another building in order to put this thing down, as we have to do over on this side. It does have a pretty decent radius, so I will give it that. Maybe we'll have to get rid of that police station. That might be a possibility. I like this. I want to keep with that. Keep with that 100%. Let's work with the train tracks again. I didn't actually click. I didn't click it. Is it? What did it grab? It didn't grab anything. It just copied nothing. Great. Love to see it. Let's bring the tracks forward. I think what we can do is eventually we're going to have to get into the middle here. Let's bring it over to like here. And then we're going to bend upward. We're going to go this way. For the time being, of course. We're probably going to have to fix this. But it's always fun to kind of lay the groundwork before we actually continue on, right? And we need to make sure we have some sort of location here for our people to actually hop on the train. We can completely do this here. And then maybe a fire station around here is going to be pretty good. Let's put it right over here. And then what I'm thinking is, let's see if I can grab some of these depots and work with them. I don't care if they're facing the right way or if they look the same or any of that. I'm looking for it to, you know, just be a nice little location, along with having a lot of storage capacity here. So we're at 2,200, and I think we can go ahead and add maybe a couple more. I'll probably change it out just a little bit in a minute. Like, have the ones in the back actually be the covered ones. I know I shouldn't be, like, physically doing this. I should have done it before. Get this one over there, and then, like, maybe this one over there. Perfect. And if we head over to the Docklands ornament section, we can kind of do something like this. That works. That works kind of well. The section in the middle needs some TLC, and we will fix up... Oh, nope, nope, nope. Work with me here. Okay, that didn't really work out the way that I wanted it to. Nice. Okay. That's pretty good. As far as the train station is concerned, see, like, now I can't put... Oh, wait a minute. I can do something like... Hold up. We can try from this spot to... Hold up. Get rid of this one. Where is that ornament section? Industrial, right? Yep. So we'll have the large railway hall. Put one... Yeah, we can do this. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna change this out from now. We'll have 4 over here, and then 4 over here. And then this track has to go through here. Perfect. Nice. Incredible. And then we can bring them closer together like this, and then continue it up this direction. Great. So at least we're getting some sections for the trains in here, and that's really kind of cool. I like that little bit of, you know, immersive feeling with a city that's expanding. Like, you know that we have to definitely run train tracks throughout the entirety of Bright Sands for our power stations. I'm not sure if we can actually get oil in this episode. Are there other... Hold on. Do you guys have oil in here? I said no. No, you don't. You don't have anything in here. Well, we'll have enough oil coming in. I'm not really worried about that. I thought it would be kind of cool for this episode for us to see it. Get these guys upgraded. We're going to get them to as many workers as possible. We can actually get these guys up to artisans if we really wanted to. Are we doing good over here with our fur coats? How are we looking? 510. Where are they going? I'm pretty sure we're actually exporting them somewhere. Could be... It definitely would be old only. Yeah, you know what? They could be going to Constantinople. Fur coats from Ditchwater and then to Weston. So it's going to 2 spots. Okay. So it's got to make up for the shortfall. Okay, so we'll let them work for a little while longer. We still have a ways to go. But so far, Bright Sands is looking pretty bright. No? Okay, I got it. I understand. My jokes suck. Not all the time. I know you guys sometimes laugh at the stuff that I say. More times than not. I'm 76% sure. That you can quote. We're probably going to have to have a really annoying bus stop to this one, so I'm going to actually send it a little bit further. And do us all a real big favor. Put this thing from now. Yeah, I know you don't have a damn... Okay. Go over here. From right here. That's pretty good. Pretty good. And then maybe like one over here. And now you're connected. Okay, great. Where the heck are we? You know what? We can put the tourists, like, you know, I have the best location for the tourists. This is the best location ever. Seeing Imperium's industry working effectively. Or I put them next to the mountain mines, like maybe right over here. That we totally will not research Mad Mary to get a whole bunch of dynamite. Not at all. We really appreciate our tourists in this household, right? Right. So we have to wait for more timber to come in. We have to wait for a whole bunch of other stuff to come in. We did do a little bit of work on the capital itself, but now we're going to be focusing on Bright Sands as well. We're going to be trying to build up both of the settlements at the same time. This is going to definitely help out with our global population, especially when we actually get these guys to investors and engineers. I don't know how far up we're gonna go, but I definitely feel like it is possible. We have enough goods. There's definitely enough in the stockpiles to make it happen. So let's see what we can do. You know, that's the best we can hope for, right? We can give them some of their lifestyle needs to help boost their population. They'll definitely have jewelry and pocket watches, so there's absolutely no concern there. And it is looking very nice so far. We're working with the constraints, kind of, that the island left us, being that centerpiece road and the foundations for the World's Fair, which are currently being worked on. So we'll have to get the oil here and put a power station to make sure it's actually connected to that spot. But what we'll do is we'll finish out this left section now with the turn in the next episode and then focus our way back and towards the oil depot. But until next time, my friends, thank you so much. I really hope you appreciate today's episode. I really hope you guys appreciate the little surprise. I really like to surprise you all, keep you guys on your toes, as it were, because we can all agree that, you know, watching these, we've done it so many times. You gotta have a little bit of spice in the commentaries and the videos that we're getting now. So definitely, I will try to throw some surprises in from time to time, completely catch you all off guard, and even you guys messaging me. I'm not going to reveal all of my secrets, because if I do, there's literally no incentive for you all to continue watching me. That is the type of person that I am. I like to be a troll sometimes. Insert devil horns here. So until next time, my friends, thank you so much. Please consider like, commenting, subscribing, hitting that bell button, sharing it with your friends. Almost reaching the 1-year anniversary of the Rantians channel and the Imperium. Oh my god, it's surreal. February 3rd. Mark it on your calendars. I'll catch you in the next episode, my Rantians.